Good morning, campers. This is Crusader Rabbit KBNY 5962 starting our broadcasting day. And today, for your viewer enjoyment, we're going to be bringing you the newest addition to our camera collection, the Nikon SP Rangefinder camera. And we'll just tour around the top of the camera here for a minute. Right here we have the shutter speed selector. It goes everywhere from B to 1 second all the way to 1/1000th of a second. Right here we have the shutter release. Right here we have the film advance. Up on top here we have a focus adjustment for the lens. You can focus the lens manually, but then you can also focus it here on the top with this little knurled dial. This is the cold shoe, although I think they have a little proprietary hookup here that kind of makes it like a hot shoe, I think. I'm not 100% certain. This is the rewind, and then this is the frame line selector, and you can select between 13.5 centimeters, 135 millimeter, 10.5 centimeter, 105 millimeter, 8.5 centimeter, or 5 centimeter. So that when you look through the, this is your viewfinder right here, when you look through this viewfinder, you will see bright lines for all of these different sizes. And then on this viewfinder over here, there is a bright line for 35 millimeter, which is the lens we currently have on. And then also, if you do kind of like the edge of the window rather than the interior bright lines, that's about 28 millimeters. And and then we have the film counter, exposed frame counter right here on top. And the kind of odd thing about this camera is the lever, the film advance lever, doesn't seem to completely go all the way in, but it's a small price to pay. So on the bottom of the camera we have an ASA film reminder. There's no light meter, so it doesn't actually do anything other than remind you. This is the tripod mount, and then this is the open and close latch. It allows you to open and close the back of the camera, and as you can see, it's a cloth shutter curtain there. I believe later models might have had a titanium shutter curtain, but this one's cloth. And on the front of the camera, we have the, over here, we have the rangefinder window. We have the bright line window there, and then we have the viewfinder here, the main viewfinder, and then over on here, this side over here, we have the 35 millimeter, 28 millimeter viewfinder window. And the lens that we have on here right now is Nikon f3.5 to f22 35 millimeter lens, and it focuses from infinity down to about 3 feet. Markings on the lens are in feet, and when you have the infinity mark set at f16, then the camera is in about, it goes from infinity to about between 4 and 5 feet someplace. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and throw a roll of film. Let's see, do we have a roll of film? Yeah, we do have a roll of film. So let's go ahead and put a roll of film. And I haven't run a roll of film through this yet, so I think I'll just take it outside and run around the block. And do a quick little test roll. Alrighty. There we go. Just kind of stick it in there. Let's do one more before we put the back on. Just kind of verify that it's taking it properly and it's in the sprockets. And I'll close the back up and cinch it up. And then go forward a couple of times. When you're advancing the film, there's like a little dot here. When you have advanced the film and the shutter is cocked, then the little dot, I don't know if you can tell it, it's lined up with the little arrow over here that tells you what your film speed is. Oh, and then there's like a little mechanism here that switches back and forth between advance and rewind. So when you go to rewind the film, after you're all done shooting, you take this little outer shell that goes around the shutter release, and you kind of flip the little dot there over to rewind. And I think that's the full extent of the features here. We'll go ahead and run around the block, take some pictures, develop them really quick, and then throw them on the end of this video, or maybe make a part 2. Upload speeds seem to be kind of slow. So at this point, I'd like to say thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. This is Crusader Rabbit KBNY5962 ending our broadcasting day. Good night, campers.